Hey there, my name is LexC, and thank y'all so much for joining me this week on LexChat. I have special guest Tamir, the model, joining me today. And today we're going to get into some petty moments that we've been involved in. Either we've been petty ourselves or people have been petty towards us. And we're both in the entertainment industry. He's a model, I'm a singer, you know what I'm saying? So if that's a conversation y'all are interested in hearing more about, then stay tuned. Yeah, we have a special guest, Tamir, the model, here.
Hi.
Tamir, would you like to introduce yourself? And
okay, my name is Tamir. My model name, I go by Mir the model. I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, Southeast Georgia. I've been modeling since I went to college, Savannah State University, for all the Savannah State girls out there. I'm a stylist. I do a lot. I style people. I model. I know how to do a little bit of.
Did I know you style people?
I don't think I told anybody because I don't like to. Because
why?
I feel like I'm the talent. So I mean,
I could get that.
Yeah, because people be wanting me to do stuff for them. And
I'm an artist, but people only box me into like
right. I don't want to be boxed into working for other people. No, I'm not Kanye. Like they
so
box Kanye in.
Take you out of that box. Like you can't possibly be multi-talented.
Exactly. So I don't style people too often. Like all my pictures and photos, like I style myself when they ask, like, oh, who styled you this and this and that? I did it myself. And then they want me to style them. I'll be like, no, I'm not styling you.
What would it take to style somebody? Like to take someone on as a client?
Inclusiveness. Because again, I'm talented too. So if we both, like, you know, doing the talent, and, you know, I'll be all for it.
Okay.
So, you know, then, but I'm also doing a magazine with Rue Elbe. So it's a streetwear. So Rue means street. Yeah, Rue Elbe. So I guess I'm going to have to, you know, sometimes take the back seat there. Not necessarily. Potentially take the back seat and just, you know, be more allocated with making sure everything is copacetic, you know, as far as like the photos, the models, the styling, the designers, location, everything, because it's a lot that I'm going to be doing behind the scenes. And I don't know if I can do myself and get other people together, because then like I would need time for myself.
Right. Would you feel like... Probably. Because of course you're going to have yourself together, but if other people show up and they're not prepared, it's like, do I really feel like...
Yeah, like for example,
when I know that I need to get myself
remember you came to the photo shoot I invited you to?
For Rue Elbe?
For Rue Elbe. It wasn't necessarily for Rue Elbe, but I mean, it was for like a promotion for the fashion week that's coming up.
Gotcha.
So, you seen what I put on. I mean, and that's just one outfit, right? I ate everybody with one outfit, and that shouldn't be that shouldn't be the case.
I need your energy. I need to take on more.
That shouldn't be the case. I should definitely. You did. You know
what you remind me of?
What?
You know when we go to like certain castings and Ashton, little girl, is there, and everyone's all like, "Don't nobody want to walk after Ashton." Everybody doesn't know.
Do you know her mom got me fired from my job? Yes.
Oh, is that the viral?
Yes,
that's what we're gonna get into.
That's her.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay. Y'all definitely make sure y'all stay tuned for that story time, because we're getting to know Tamir right now, but we're gonna get into our petty moments.
I don't really, you know, to best of luck to her. I wish her the best. But
I thought you were casting her for something.
No, not no more. I don't want her a part of anything.
So that happened around that time?
That happened around when I was working for that particular company. I honestly felt like the company didn't necessarily have my back. It was doing all the saving phase.
How long have you been with them?
I've been with them
for a long ass time, probably.
Kinda, yeah.
Do you want to keep this clean? It don't matter.
I was with them for, you know, a little bit. But you live and you learn.
Yeah.
That was a learning lesson. So, you know, again, I wish Ashton nothing but the best.
Yeah.
nothing but the best. But she won't be a part of anything that I'm a part of, and I won't be a part of anything she's a part of.
Is that why you're not doing this recent fashion show?
Yeah, Angels. Why is a child in Angels and Demons show?
I wondered that, but they insist that we're not selling sex. We're just presenting.
Okay, yeah, I'm not
sensual wear.
I love feeds down, but nah, I don't. I just don't think that's my image. Like I like garments, clothes.
Yeah.
Style.
Statement pieces.
Yeah, statement. I don't. I have the body, but I just no, not walking around
There's
like
more
that.
You can do.
Yeah, there's more I could do
with the canvas.
Yeah, like I don't care for all of that.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that.
And if I'm gonna do anything like that, like it's gonna be on my own terms. Mm-hmm. Like if I want to do like something in nude or whatever, I do it on my own terms. Mm-hmm. I ain't walking in no fashion show.
Have you done a new shoot yet?
No, not yet.
Is it something you want to do? Like in the near future, or are you still thinking about it?
I'm still thinking about it. Still thinking. It's in the air. If I want to do a new shoot, who gonna take them?
True. I mean, I'm sure you know a lot of photographers.
I mean, I know photographers, but I don't think I'm comfortable with them enough for them to be taking my new photos. Maybe something I could get my man to do or something. My man could take the pictures.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Sexy Lexi after hours. That's what's up. Okay. Well, let me get into my little spiel. I would announce some upcoming events, but by the time this particular episode airs, all of those events are going to be past. So I already had the show with Game Changers Radio on the 2nd of July. That went well. Mark Dub had his listening party, which is, at the time of recording this, is tomorrow.
Who's Mark Dub?
Mark Dub, he is one of the artists that I work with.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I featured on one of his songs.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do a show on the 29th of Athens, but I never got any information back on that. So, yeah. And then there's a fashion show, The Angels and Demons, on the 30th. But if you are not watching live, then by the time you hear this episode, that event will have already gone by. And let's just say it went great. So,
right. But, I know it'll be a good show, though.
Yeah. The past 2 shows, I think he's learned enough. Like the last show we did.
On my feed.
Yeah. Like the first one we did, they had, just like with my computer, things just weren't going right. So stuff was popping up. But then the next show he had was nice. It was the venue who pissed us off. Yeah. Because they
were like rushing us to get out.
Yeah. And then instead of allowing us time to get our stuff, they moved everybody's things into those 2 rooms.
I didn't like that.
I did not like that at all. So, yeah. Other than that, remember that my latest release, Motorboat, feel it from the throat. Yeah, that's playing in the background right now. It is available on all major streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, anywhere where you stream your music, it is available. That's playing in the background. Definitely go check that out. Buy it on iTunes if you really want to go that extra mile to support. And don't forget that I also have merchandise available. I have my hats, wristbands, burn lighters with built-in bottle opener, and posters, all available on my website at LexCATL.com, www.LEXCATL.com.
You got t-shirts yet?
Yes and no. So I have through Spreadshirt, it's like a third party where people can order individually customized graphic tees with my logo on it. I don't keep stockpiles of clothes anymore because it's just too much inventory to keep up, and I didn't have enough people who were buying for me to want to keep up a supply of it. But long story short, yes, I do have t-shirts, but you got to go to my website to also get that as well. Don't forget to check out the online magazine publications that I'm a part of, ohdearmag.com. Go to the May 2022 tab, as well as Voyage Savannah. Go to voyagesavannah.com and look for my story. Check out Lexi's story.
I need to do one down there too. I'm from Southeast Georgia too.
I know. We figured that out like not long after I met you.
Yes, I'm from Brunswick, but
in Savannah State.
Yeah, I went to Savannah
Armstrong,
State,
down the street from you. But now it's Georgia State now.
My sister, she went to Armstrong. She graduated from there, but yeah, it's Armstrong, not Armstrong, Georgia Southern now.
Georgia Southern. That's right. I liked it. I took my course.
Which high school did you go to?
Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill. Yeah, we played them a couple times in like football. I did play football, you guys. I shouldn't have.
What
I wish I didn't
position
have.
were you?
I was a running back.
Really?
So I'm pretty fast. My main sport was track. I really was only doing football to stay in shape for track, but if I could take it all back, I wouldn't.
Off-season.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it all. Like
it's a different kind of conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I feel like I made the wrong decision by doing football to stay in shape for track because I was gaining weight and not being light. Cause like,
I wanted to be more toned.
Yes, I wanted to just be more toned. Yes, they made me so big, and then like I felt like it was making me slow. So,
what events did you do in track?
In track, before I like gained weight. I wasn't fat, but like I wasn't where I was when I first went to high school. So before I went to high school, I was just doing 100 and 200 in a 4x1.
Fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty fast. So whenever I got to high school, I did freshman year, and then after freshman year, I didn't do sophomore year, and then junior year and senior year, I did it. But I was doing hurdles. After I got a little slow and I couldn't keep up, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna figure it out because I'm still gonna run track. So I
never did field events like the jump. What is that called?
High jump, long jump. No, jump. I ain't want to do none of that. Shot put. I didn't want to do none of that. I just did like the hurdles. I did the 300 hurdles and I did 110 hurdles. I was pretty good at it, but I was running on them on a torn ACL. I didn't know my ACL was torn because my legs was that strong. Maybe it was sprained, but like I remember we were maxing out in the gym with football, and then my knee ended up giving out, so I had to go to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, your ACL's torn. It's actually not here. How did you walk in here?" Da da da. This and that. I was like, "Well, maybe by the grace of God, because you know."
I was meant to keep running.
Yeah, I was meant to keep running. So all I did, I was just nursing myself together. Like I would take like pre-wrap and roll it up so it's like tight on my knee. I was making it do, keeping it in place. I was making it do what it do.
That's what's up. Sounds like you have a lot of tenacity.
Yeah, I got a lot of, little talent. Yeah, I can adapt really well. I wish I didn't play football. I should have been a cheerleader.
Like competition, or the cheerleaders who do the football? Or were they the same thing?
That too. Kind of both are the same thing.
Because I did the cheerleading at basketball camp.
And see, we didn't have that. We didn't have that option where people do only football, only basketball. No, if you're going to do one, you got to do both.
You got to do both. See, the football cheerleaders, you could do both at my school, but the football cheerleaders were the competition cheerleaders.
Oh, well, yeah, I probably would do that.
Yeah.
Because I like to know, I wish I would learn how to tumble and do all that crazy stuff. But, my mom asked me to do
a cartwheel.
Yeah, I could do that. A cartwheel, I could do a round off, but as far as like
actually
I
haven't conquered that fear yet.
No, I can't do it. My mom asked me if I wanted to do gymnastics when I was little, but coming from where I'm from, I didn't want nobody laughing at me or like doing, picking on me because I'm doing gymnastics and stuff. Because we had a gymnastics gym. I just, I didn't want to do it. I should have though.
Yeah, you bust out on the backflip.
I should have. I should have. Yeah, I should have.
That's what's up. Well, I think we've learned a lot about Tamir. So now that y'all are familiar with him, let's go ahead and get into this Lex Chat. Petty moments, times we've been petty, and times we felt like people have been petty with us. So we'll be into that chat right after these messages.
Goddamn, raise your hand if you working hard. Goddamn, raise your hand if you know you say, yeah. She work, hey, she work, hey, she work, okay, yeah. She work, hey, she work, okay, she work, she's done. You can tell them that you say,
The inspiration for this Lex Chat, and we talk about music mostly on this podcast, but there are other situations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are, other situations, of course, that we can relate to music and certain things that happen in life that can be applied to different industries and just different situations. So the inspiration for this Lex Chat this week is Tamir and I were part of a group chat, and I'm not going to say nobody's names, but although if you are in the situation, then you know what's going on.
Right.
If
you
know. So this Lex Chat was inspired by what happened in that group chat. So we're supposed to be a part of a reality TV show, but the reality TV show ends up getting like coupled in with the fashion show that we're walking in. Now, unfortunately, we already recorded a few episodes with this reality show, and I was not enjoying the experience. And it was very unorganized, in my opinion, and just a lot of the energy that was encouraged, which really disappointed me too, because she came from a reality show where she was put in harm's way. So I don't understand why that kind of energy would be encouraged. That's another layer to it. But without getting into too much detail of that, I asked, can I be a part of the fashion show without having to be in the reality show? Because I'm not interested in being part of the show. My question was not answered. Well, if you want to look at me being removed from the group chat as an answer, then that's how they answered me. But nobody reached out to me inside the group chat. Nobody called me personally to say, hey, da-da-da-da. They just removed me, and, that was my answer. So I felt like that was very petty and very childish on their end. So in true artistic form, I use that as a piece of content. So here we are on LexChat talking about other moments where we felt like people have been petty with us, or moments where we have had to be petty. So yeah. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first, because we can get into that. We can talk about that.
Yeah. So other than what I just explained to y'all, the inspiration for LexChat this week, other moments where I felt like people are being petty, I'm going to speak kind of broadly. In music, I have been doing music for a long time. Professionally, I'm in year 9 now. And I do have a lot of accolades with big name people. Like I've worked with Mace, Columbus Short, Jay Holiday, Blanco Brown, Eardrummers, and a few other people, most recently from last year, Black Round, Pleasure P, and Ursula, just a bunch of different people. I have my credits, but I'm not as well known or as famous as other people who I'm usually in the room with. And so there have been plenty of times when I'm in the studio and I've been brought on as a songwriter. And this is one reason why when I was in school, I hated group projects. I don't like going into a studio session and there's more than 2 writers in the session, because then it becomes everybody's clawing to get their stuff included in the song, because if you get your stuff included in the song, then you get credit and you get payment for having written that song.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like almost like a competitive type of thing.
And
I hate to be like in competitive like type of stuff. Although I am competitive, so that's why when I do get in like competitive, I already say, "Oh, I already won." Like you guys can just just gracefully bow out because I already won. Like I'm already.
I'm the type
know.
To where I know that my talent is gonna speak for itself, so I don't feel like I have to. But I'm starting to learn that you need to let people know what you can do and what you have done. And that's a journey, a personal journey that I'm working on. But
yeah, girl, if you need to start dropping your resume,
on
the table,
I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start not caring about being considered a bitch, and I really don't care if people like me for real, because I'm just gonna do what I want to do anyway. But anyway, and it's always been my philosophy that usually the loudest people in the room have the most to prove, because all they have is being noticed. And so I'm usually quiet and I'll just, let my talent speak for itself. But yeah,
I feel like in some situations though, you have to be a bitch.
And in the studio situation, like I'm talking about, definitely
you gotta be a bitch.
Have to overtalk people. Like I like to try to be fair and give everybody their time to let ideas go. But when I'm trying to get my ideas out and I've been in these certain situations, someone who's like, well, I'm Grammy award winning or I'm Grammy nominated and I've worked with so-and-so, so we should use my suggestion instead of hers because I'm lower in like the hierarchy of people who are in the room. So
okay, so
definitely dealt with that. Even if my line is better, or even
they feel like because of who they worked with. Because of
who they work with, because of what their accolades are, that they're just going to discredit whatever I'm trying to suggest. And then in some situations, we'll circle back around and they'll suggest the shit that I said earlier. And it's just like, oh, okay, now they think it's y'all's idea instead of my idea. This is wonderful. So
how many songs, do you like writing for other people, or do you would prefer writing for yourself? Because I remember watching an interview with Money Long. I did not know she read all these songs for all these people. And now it's like, it almost, from what I got from it, I don't know if this is how she feels. It's like she doesn't want to do shit for nobody else no more because they wasn't giving her the opportunity that she knows she deserves. Maybe it was her image or something like that. But it's the year 2022 now. Like, exactly. So it's like, you know, what do you do when you're in that situation where you've written a lot of songs for a lot of people and you don't feel like you're getting, well, not necessarily getting the credit, but they don't necessarily show love to you like they should. Like, for example, say if you had your own listening party, they won't show up. They won't send you no flowers, no nothing. They won't. So do they look at it as just like, okay, this is a business transaction? Nothing else, all personal, like, you know, not even personal, whatever you have going on doesn't matter.
Oh, child. Okay,
it only matters with me.
So you're asking a lot. So I'm gonna try to get to all of that. So they'll try to mix business and personal. So like a situation I went through last year, they would go around calling me sis, but then once the project was done, nobody's hitting my line, nobody's checking on me, nobody's asking me how I'm doing, you know. They're not even really trying to help me make sure I get all my credits on the stuff that I helped write and engineer on.
Wow.
As far as like how I feel with writing for other people, I don't mind. I definitely understand where Money Long is coming from because you spend so much time pouring into other people with the hope that they will reciprocate, or at least when they get into certain rooms, mention my name or mention that I did this. But unfortunately, people will take credit for things that they did not do because it makes them look better in whatever room they're in, around whatever people they're around. So I definitely understand when she's like, now I'm not doing ish for nobody, because she probably had to fight really freaking hard to even be acknowledged and getting the credit for all the songs she wrote. And then people will forget the accomplishments that you had. So you have to pop up and remind them, like, no, remember I did this for this artist and this and this and this and this. So definitely understand.
Because all those people that wrote, that, you know, she wrote for, I don't know, they may have, but
mentioned her name in interviews or something.
Have they like mentioned her name, or have they like reposted her music that she's put out now?
And the answer is probably no, because
that's why
the people I work with, you know, I'm a genuine person, but I learned that the very hard way last year, that people will take and take and take. And when you ask for even a minuscule thing, because you think you've paid your dues or you think you've proven yourself, they will basically be like, F you, or like, they will basically pretend you don't exist. So, yes, it's very frustrating.
It's pretty lame.
Very frustrating.
So what do you say to the artists that write their own music who don't necessarily need like a ghostwriter or anything like that? Or do you feel like everybody needs a ghostwriter every now and, or maybe like, you know, now and then? Just maybe at least one ghostwriter for one song.
I would say, because I am that artist, I would say that I don't feel like I need anybody to, and I don't want anybody writing for me, because then you get into, well, if I have multiple people writing, then I have to split the percentage of the song with these multiple people anyway. So it's always better to know how to write for yourself. But I would say you have to study.
Writing is hard.
It's easy. I love
my process. If I was a music artist, I think my process with coming up with my own music would be play a beat, let me get in the studio, let me mumble some shit, make some sounds, whatever comes to my head, and then I'll go sit down, put some words to whatever I mumble to.
That's exactly how it would go.
That's how it goes? Wow.
That's exactly how it goes. Because you may not know what you want to say just now, but you know how the flow, you know how you want it to flow.
Yeah, because I know there are plenty of times exactly like I would be like just, or a song would come on and I'd be singing, I'd be mumbling my own shit, not even knowing what I'm saying or whatever. I just don't take the time out to really like, you know, sit there and write the music down.
You gotta know.
Yeah, I have friends and stuff that are like in music, that write their own music. And to me, I'm just like, you know, I'll stay in my own lane. I'll continue to model and stuff because I just think it's a lot of work.
It is, and there's so many moving pieces that go into being an artist and even having the chance to be signed, or do you even want to be signed? But yeah.
Do you want to be signed?
I want the machine behind me, but I don't want to deal with the industry shit that comes with signing to a machine.
Well, that's what comes with it, though.
Probably, and a lot of other shit.
Yeah, that's what comes with it.
Well, let me acknowledge some of these comments on here. Maurice McGee says, I dislike when everyone throw around their resume. The music business will never show love to no one. We just have to keep working and move on. Yeah,
really?
Pretty much.
Y'all feel like y'all gotta move on?
You can't stop. Lord, wait. I thought I missed. Okay. So Lord knows A says, bro, a model for real. Yes, he is. You can book him. All right.
I am.
Is at Mir the model or at Tamir the model?
Nah, my Instagram is official Tamir.
Official Tamir.
Tamir. Yeah. Make sure you just put in,
Yeah. So yes, he is a model. Lord knows A says, what advice you got for an upcoming model?
All right, so for upcoming models, I think that the most advice I could give you is like, if you know a photographer, talk to that photographer, let them know what you're trying to do, and then, include them into what you want to do. Like, if you want to build a portfolio, let them know. Like, at the same time, while I'm building my portfolio, this is going to build your portfolio as well. Like,
explore different looks together.
Explore different looks together, and then that can venture out. Like, eventually you guys will get noticed and stuff, because on the path, because a lot of people want money. There's some things that you pay for and some things that you don't have to pay for. Like, if you just open your mouth and speak, because a closed mouth don't get fed at all. All you gotta do is open your mouth, be like, hey, photographer, videographer, this is what I want to do, and this is what I got going on, and this is what I'm trying to do. Are you trying to go with me or not? Because when I take these photos to these modeling agencies, all I gotta say is, such and such Cloud took this and this and that and that and this. Do y'all have a job for him too? Like, can he come with me? Like, can he do this with me or whatever? And then on top of that, it's promotion everywhere. I'm pretty sure, like, whenever I post a picture and I post a photographer, it's people that hit up photographer like, hey, can you take my pictures? Can you do this and that? So, I mean, definitely try to expand your portfolio. Download Vogue Runway app, and you see, like, all their pictures and stuff. Go for an aesthetic that you want to follow in your pictures. Come up with, like, a lookbook, like a board or whatever. And then let them know, like, hey, this is what I want to look like. This is what I want the background to be. This is the aesthetic that I want to follow with my pictures. Is that possible? Can you achieve that? And if they say, yeah, it's just cool. They go to start asking for money. Let them know, like, listen, I'm an upcoming model. I ain't got it. So, I mean...
this is what I can
right, this is what I can do for you.
With me?
Yeah, can you work with me? Do we need to follow a payment plan or something? Do I need to,
Do you need me to show up and be an assistant on set or something?
Right, on set, this and that, in exchange. Yeah, you gotta give a little to get a little.
Get creative.
So, yeah, get more creative. You don't have to necessarily always pay photographers arm and a leg and this and that. Because I don't do all that, paying photographers and stuff. Like, I got a photographer and a videographer that I go to, that we work on our portfolio. He works on mine, and honestly, between the both of us, we've gotten so much better. I've gotten better with modeling, posing, coming up with, creative ideas.
Very good at posing.
So it's like,
brings everyone on set to shame.
Yeah, so especially
it's like that little spin move you do.
Yeah.
Like,
people, I mean, and I just feel like what I do can also be inspiring, and it just pushes everybody else. It brings out the competitiveness in everybody else to, want to do better with, their modeling and their craft and stuff like that. Because, modeling is really easy. Anybody could take a picture, but, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Like, everybody's not born with IT, and that's just that. Like, everybody's not necessarily born with IT, but I have to say, when it comes to modeling, you just got to find confidence within yourself. Like, confidence speaks. For Cloud 9 visual, look, go to my page, official Tamir. He's tagged in my recent photos, I believe. I hope I'm not lying.
And the only thing I want to add to that is I imagine the relationship between model and photographer would be the same relationship between artist and engineer.
Definitely.
You really just got to find somebody that you can lock in with, who's willing to grow with you. They think you dope, you think they're dope, and then you just continue to build that relationship and you help each other where y'all need help.
Definitely. Introduce him to other photographers and videographers. He'll introduce me to other models and stuff like that.
Or like inviting them to shoot for like fashion shows.
Yeah, so stuff like that. So yeah, so now my photographer, videographer, he has his own magazine out, and he allowed me to have the opportunity to run LA
like
Streetwear.
Director, basically.
Yeah, so now I'm the chief and editor of a streetwear magazine. It's called Rue LV. So not only am I a model, I'm also a creative director. I'm also a chief and editor of a whole magazine. So like I have my own team I'm putting together. It's an up and coming magazine. We also have our first casting call on the 27th. All of that is on my page as well. July, this month. Okay. Yeah, on the 27th. You should definitely be there.
If y'all are watching live, y'all got that news right here. Unfortunately, if you are listening on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, you missed the casting. But definitely make sure you follow Official Tamir. And what is Elevate's page?
Elevate Mag.
Elevate Mag.
Elevate Mag. ELEVE magazine. Elevate magazine.
And then I imagine for same thing with models too. Same thing with music. You have to keep taking pictures. You have to keep recording songs. You have to keep doing shows. You have to keep walking in fashion shows. So everything just has to be a building.
I talked to a music artist not too long. I'm going to say like a few months ago. She was asking me how can she, expand her, her confidence and her look and everything. I just told her, and definitely when doing music, when you're recording videos and stuff, you don't have to have a whole, production going on. Literally, I'm satisfied with a camera, maybe a colorful light, and you standing in front of a microphone spitting.
Get creative,
how you moving, the angles of the camera, what you're talking about, the message that you're trying to give. If I feel just standing in front of a microphone, and rapping and singing your song, that's a whole video right there. People are doing virtual shows now. I feel like people should really take advantage of the whole virtual music videos and stuff like that. They're doing it to a way where they're showing you don't need bukus of money or tire production or a machine behind you to really put out a music video. And when people see that you working and you trying and you doing stuff for your own, people gonna want to work with you.
People will find you. And they will gonna want to work with you. Themselves to you.
Exactly. They not just gonna work with you because you say this is what you're doing and this is what you want to do. No, you need to try something on your own. Like me, I need to work on doing stuff on my own without my videographer and photographers, and I've gotten better with that. Taking pictures on my own, doing little TikToks and stuff like that. Get creative, try to make yourself relevant and stay relevant so that people know who you are, and when they see you, they're inspired, so they want to work with you.
I gotta get you back next month. We can have a whole another segment.
They want to work with you. You can't just be out here and just saying this is what you want to do and you not doing it yourself. But you haven't
even taken the first step.
Yeah, you ain't even taking initiative. You gotta take initiative to want to do better for yourself.
I just had
so other people can do better for you. You get what I'm saying?
He's too afraid of starting something because he's afraid the standard won't be there. But the point is, he hasn't started.
You gotta start something.
Start. It might be bad, sure, but you need a foundation. You need a starting point to know.
And be consistent.
This is what it was. Let me get better for next time.
Exactly. When people like you, they will do things for you just because they like your energy, just because they like your
dope you are.
Yes, just because they like your message, because they like what you give and what you bring to the table. People gonna want to work with you just because you don't need thousands and thousands of dollars to be known or be seen. You just have to do what you can do on your own. And people, for example, I've watched
until you can do what you want to
do. Exactly. I've watched people start YouTube channels and they didn't have nothing, no opening, no music, no nothing. But the further they go, the more they do. Right, they have an iPhone. The further they go, the more they work, the more they, the more they, is doing stuff for themselves. People want to do stuff for them. So people would hit them up, be like, hey, I like what you're doing. Let me put together a opening for you. Let me put together some, some music or something for you.
Let me create an Instagram.
Let me create you some flyers or some logos or something.
Let me make you a cartoon. All that
it's been people who just created cartoon logos. I mean, I think I have like maybe 3 of them so far.
And they'll probably be like, I think you're dope, bro.
Yeah, they hit me.
Maybe shout me out or just
and that's all I had to do was just shout them out. They hit me up. They found my picture. They were like, bro, I really like this picture. Can I create it into like a cartoon or whatever? I say, go right ahead.
Please,
knock it out.
And that's advertising for everybody all around. I'm going to definitely get you back on if you're up for it next month.
I'm definitely up for it.
We could talk more like artist imagery and confidence and stuff like that. So I'm going to put that in my notes.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would like to hear. So I hope, Lord knows Ace got all of that. I hope he was on listening because he just gave you major gems.
Right.
But let's get back into petty moments. What's your first
petty moment? My first petty moment was, let's go back to before I went to college.
Okay.
So before I went to college, I introduced 2 friends. We're going to call them Gretchen and Karen because, of course, they saw me as Regina George.
Gretchen and Karen.
So I introduced them to each other. So the summer before college, everything's cool. Everything's copacetic. We all hanging out and stuff like that. So I eventually leave for college. Gretchen, she couldn't go to college. These are he's, by the way. Oh. I'm just giving them girl acronyms. But
in a relation to person.
Yeah, in a relation to person. Yeah. So Gretchen couldn't go to college because Gretchen had to finish passing her EOCTs because down there in Southeast Georgia you can't graduate unless
state, the state
that's
test.
A state thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
The state test, right? The end of year. You can't pass your grade or your schooling if you don't pass that.
If you don't pass the EOCT. End of the EOCT, end of the course test.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of course test.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we had to take that. I graduated because I passed all of mine. He didn't graduate, but I still fuck with him. Like after my graduation, I went to his house. Kept him company, this and that. So. Long story short, I introduced him to another friend who I was friends with growing up. He was actually in a grade under me, so he was going into a senior year that year. So everything's cool, copacetic, I go off to college. We're all cool. When I went to college, I became freshman class president. They were supporting me there. And then I started modeling and stuff like that, and they were still supporting me there. So the summer I came back home, they ended up going to Darton State together. That's in Albany State. So, and it's a lot of things that trickle down. So, and me, like, if I'm friends with you and I know you could do better, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna be like, why Darton State when you can go to Albany State? Yeah. Like, why a 2-year school when you can go to a 4-year school? But, again, that also comes with confidence. They weren't that confident in their academics and their grades and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's ways around it. Like, you could join, like, if your grades weren't that good, you could join a remedial class and that will replace the bad grades. So there is not a way where you can't go to school. You can't go to a university or a 4-year school. Yeah, it just takes a little hard work. That's it.
You're willing to do the work.
Yeah, so they ended up going to Darton State together. So of course, me introducing 2 friends, they get closer and kind of start trying to X me out, and then it turned into like them always judging me. And mind you, they're fat.
So okay. This becomes like a, oh, you think you better.
Yeah, so it becomes like a, oh, you think you better than me type of situation. Like, they started attacking my clothes and
myself back then.
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. Myself now. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. And maybe that's the Libra in me. Like, always trying to, please everybody and not think the worst of people and stuff like that. So now, it's like, you know, moving forward, we get to school. That's sophomore year. I'm back at Savannah State. They're over there at Darton. And we would talk on the phone, you know, on three-way, you know, sometimes. And that, you know how when friends like talk shit about you, but they laugh and play and kick in.
They dress it up as a joke.
Yeah, dress it up as a joke. So it was a lot of that going on. And then they were trying to, you know, say that I was a hoe because, you know, the niggas was always in my face and stuff like that.
Because you present yourself.
Yeah, because I present myself a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And then so like, and then it was interesting, like we never saw eye to eye, and it was only because like I wasn't exposed to it. So like they felt the way because I said I would never put makeup on, and bitch, I put makeup on, I put lashes on, and all that stuff. Now it comes with growth.
I think the first day I met you, huh? What am I doing now?
Yeah, the first day she met me, I was beat down.
I was like, oh, okay.
So it's like, you know. And so, for instance, I caught on to, like, their games and stuff like that. And to, you know, them trying to make me feel like I was less than and stuff like that. So, I ended up going to Albany for, like, their homecoming with one of my other friends that was from Savannah State. So, we went to Gretchen's house. Gretchen was staying in her apartment and Karen was staying on Darton State campus. So, I couldn't stay there. So, we went to Gretchen's house.
So fast. And
Gretchen got mad at me about something. I don't know. So, Gretchen had some new Jordans. I put them on. She didn't even wear them yet. And I put them on my feet and I wore them to Albany State.
Oh. Did you ask?
Homecoming, no.
Oh.
No, I didn't ask.
Y'all had a friendship like that, though?
We did.
Okay.
We had a friendship where we could put on each other's clothes, but
angles.
I didn't know, like,
not
I didn't know he never put them on. Yeah. So I ended up putting on the shoes.
Mistake.
Yeah, an innocent mistake. I ended up putting on the shoes. He blew up and was screaming and hollering and stuff like that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I guess now we're not friends. Now, I ended up hitting him up and trying to apologize, you know, for whatever reason I did or whatever reason.
It can't just be the shoes.
Yeah, it wasn't just the shoes. It was a lot of stuff.
Did you ever call them out on like the pettiness, the kikiing that they were doing?
Yeah, I did. And it was like, it turned into like, you know, because Karen was like my little sister, my little brother. But Gretchen was like, you know, kind of jealous. So he would try to like, you know, get Karen to turn on me, you know. So Karen wasn't really strong-minded like I thought she was. So, and that's what that comes in at. So, I mean... Easily swayed, you know, never, like, having a grown-up conversation. So, you know, I eventually hit them up, you know, trying to apologize for whatever I did, you know, whatever, you know.
Just let things be cool.
Yeah, so they still wanted to, like, you know, sit in that type of energy. So, we'll never be friends now. It's unfortunate that, you know, I introduced two people and they decide they want to be friends. Yeah, now they're better friends than I am. The only thing they have in common is like, you know, hating me or pointing out the bullshit that I've done. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm my own person. Again, I apologize, and I don't do that too often. I apologize for whatever I was doing or for whatever I did. You know, at the end of the day, they'll be all right. They're still living. So the next one was me getting fired from my job.
We mentioned this earlier in the introduction.
Yeah, so I was working at a company. It was a kids clothing store, and I was the assistant manager. I wore a lot of hats. I was assistant manager, lead visual merchandiser.
Oh, so not only had you been with the company for a long time, you probably were doing more than you should have.
More than I should have for what I was getting paid for.
I'm going to get into my petty.
Way more than I should have. I was the lead visual merchandiser. I was the assistant manager. I was the lead modeling instructor. And I also was like, you know, training, doing the whole nine. So basically, one of the store managers got in an accident. So they ended up breaking their neck and stuff. They're alive, thank God. They're okay. Yeah, so I had to step up and literally control the whole store to myself. So...
Did you have to do scheduling?
No, I didn't do scheduling. That would have been a mess. But So for example, not for example. So it's this kid. She's a really great model. Really, I really love what she does. I spoke with her mom like a couple months prior to me inviting them to come be an ambassador, because we had ambassadors come like try out or whatever. So I would have them like walk, and then I would show them like little techniques to do at the end of the runway, and that's it. Yeah. Like, I don't teach them how to walk. I don't teach them like how to
let them be.
Yeah, I let them be and do their own thing. The only thing I would teach them is like little techniques to do at the end of the runway. So you're just not standing at the end of the runway not knowing what to do. Yeah, so you're just not doing this. Like, yeah, I would teach them like little stuff to do, like little spins and little like turn side to side, little stuff like that. So that's all I did. So I record all the children that I did it with. Every kid that I did it with, I would record them, film it, make little music videos. Basically, promoting the company and promoting the kid as one of our ambassadors as well. Like, so I ended up doing that, and I ended up posting it on TikTok and Instagram. So I posted it on TikTok before I posted it on Instagram. The child doesn't have a TikTok, but she has an Instagram.
How does she not have TikTok?
I don't know.
She's younger than us.
I don't know. So the child, I guess, I don't know. So the child doesn't have a TikTok. She had an Instagram. So the video I posted on TikTok, I posted on Instagram. But I tagged her on Instagram because the video said, post a moment where you were at your most happiest. And it was a moment of me and her walking in the store. I taught her little techniques to do at the end of the runway. And then that was that. So I guess the video goes viral on TikTok. And she says that a lot of people was calling her this and that and saying we see Ashton or we see her on TikTok or whatever and doing this and that. And so I want to say maybe like a few days go by, the child's dad called me at 9 o'clock, almost 10 something at night. Yeah, at night, way past business hours, talking about delete those videos and da this and that. I take it into my legal matters and stuff like that. So I said, I'm on the phone with him trying to de-escalate this. Because first of all, you waking me up out my sleep, talking about some video. And then...
So wait, they were calling, like, praising, trying to get her on shows, like...
They were calling to...
No, I mean like the people who, after it went viral.
After it went viral, they weren't trying to, they were just, being more positive. Like, oh my God, we love her. She's doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for not trying to outshine her, not trying to outdo her. Again, I would just let the kids come and do them and be them. Like, I know I could walk circles around everybody, but I don't. I just let the kids, come and just be themselves. And all I did was just teach her a little technique at the end of the runway. So her parents took it as like, because I didn't initially say who she was, because in my mind, TikTok is a bigger audience than Instagram. So
better potentially go viral.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know all these people. I can't manage all these people. Like, rather than Instagram, who follows you, who likes your pictures. It tells you. It doesn't necessarily tell you on TikTok. It'd be a lot of shit. So I didn't mention her name or tag her or anything, only because I thought I was protecting her as like a minor, as a little kid. So her parents took it as me exploiting her and me taking like all the credit for all her modeling and stuff that she's done.
Why didn't they just say edit the caption or repost with the information on how to contact?
I don't know. They went to like just calling my boss, the owner of the company, almost every day, complaining about stuff that I'm saying on my personal page. My own personal stuff. So when her dad called me trying to go off, I said, okay, but we don't have to work with her. We ain't got to.
Did that make him mad?
Yeah, that made him mad. But my thing is, why do you want to still work with us if you doing all of that?
Such a huge issue.
Yeah, if you have such a huge issue. So that made him mad. And the CEO got upset because I said we don't have to work with her. She said, well,
that's true.
The CEO said, that Tamir, that's above your pay grade and da-da-da. So in my mind, like, girl, all the shit that I'm doing, I'm not even getting paid enough. So it's like, at the end of the day, I just let bygones be bygones. They suspended me for like a week. And then the following week, she called me and then she let me go.
Wow.
And now she walking for Demons and Angels fashion show.
Is she walking for that store?
No, not no more. No.
Oh, so she did have the opportunity.
She had the opportunity to be an ambassador still. She was still, and
did
that's
she
the
make
thing.
it as an ambassador? Or?
Yeah, she made it as an ambassador, but no, not if this what you gonna do. She was still gonna offer her the ambassador position to save face. You get what I'm saying?
To appease the fans.
Yeah, because she was talking about suing a company and doing this and that and that and this. It was like, girl, you can't sue
off of an audition?
Off of an audition that you were there when I was recording.
And you saw.
You saw the camera. You were dodging the cameras.
Wow.
So it's like, girl, I'm completely over the whole situation. I don't work there no more.
I think parents like that need to be really careful how they handle situations for their kids, because they could potentially mess up good opportunities for their kids.
Yeah, because whatever I have going on, she ain't gonna be a part of nothing. I mean,
yeah, that would leave a bad taste in my mouth too.
Anything like
I could be. Your mom. You might be the greatest model.
You could be the greatest model, but your mama. I don't like your mama. Yeah, so it's like, you know, that's why I'm not necessarily caring about going for feed shit. Because I don't want to be around them.
Shit, they be there at practice.
Yeah, I don't want to be around them. I don't. And Feeds, he's steady, you know, he liked them. So, and I'm good on them.
I was wondering why you weren't part of the show.
No, hell no. I don't want to be
usual people.
Hell no. I'm above all of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, and not to say that, you know, feed shows and, you know, other people's shows in Atlanta is small, but, you know, I'm trying to. I feel like I'm more advanced than just walking in.
It's time to elevate anyway.
Definitely time to elevate.
Yeah.
I can't continue to play in these rinky-dink, you know, fashion shows. And, you know, just doing any and everything for them. Because, girl, at the end of the day, this is for you. Like, you know.
We're not paid for
we're not paid.
Shows,
and
we have to come here and make
my experience, I should be getting paid.
Yeah.
The way I walk.
Especially your Instagram page alone is better than I'm sure many people's portfolios.
Many people.
So based off of that representation alone, it's like, oh, this guy is on a different level. He knows his stuff. He has the work to prove he's been investing in his craft.
Yeah, so that's why I'm being very picky about like what I do.
Yeah.
So I have the opportunity to put together my own fashion show, which you're going to be a part of. You have no choice.
The 27th.
Is
that a Wednesday?
Yeah, it's going to be on a Wednesday. You don't have to come to auditions though, if you don't want to. You can.
I still probably will.
Yeah.
Oh, what time on a Wednesday?
It's at 6 o'clock, 6 to 9.
I could do that.
But I have the opportunities to do my own show, so I'm not necessarily interested in like doing TV, doing shows where like inviting people. I'm more on the wave like doing virtual shows. Like I want to do virtual fashion shows
because that's the future anyway.
Definitely,
and it opens you up to a wider audience. Do you want some charge?
No, I'm good. I think I got a little bit of charge. Okay. You just on 20, not 10. Now if you get a 10,
girl,
that's ain't got a problem.
Pass me that charger real quick.
Right. But yeah, I wish, again, that little model, nothing but the best. Yeah. She is a wonderful model. But I don't want that in my space, in my, in my area. I feel like I'm an adult enough to, say what I want and what I don't want. Like I've been telling people, like at my job, like, it's 2022. I'm not settling no more.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing stuff just because, no, if it's beneficial to me, then yeah, I'll do it. But being around them and her mom and all that, no.
That's
energy. A no-no. It's the energy. And I feel like
Same kind of energy. Oh, that scared me. Same kind of energy I mentioned for the whole inspiration for this episode in the first place. It's the way people handle things without proper communication really will just turn you off from an experience and turn you off from wanting to work with certain people.
Yeah, and they didn't have to remove you from the group chat like that. Like,
and then to see that they didn't even answer the question.
Yeah, and it's like it got me questioning, do I want to do it? But because it's like, she's a really good connection to have. really good, great connect to, be a part of and have and do. But it's just the way they handle things.
The other piece of that, though, so you asked earlier about, writing for other people or, how you feel. So the part that ties into that, too, if I could try to bring it full circle, it don't matter the connections that other people have. Because even if you are connected to these people and they see how dope you are, some people, and this is not to say that this is how she feels, but some people will not put you in line with certain connections that they have out of fear that they're going to lose whatever opportunities that aren't even here or present yet, but they want to be able to hold on to all the shine.
I've been in situations like that where I had friends who didn't want me to film with them on their little YouTube shows or
they little
yes, little who didn't want me to film with them and who didn't want me, be seen or be present. Because I mean, the way my aura is, I take attention, I demand attention, and it's unintentionally. So it's like people don't like that.
That's the best aura to have. But that invites a lot of negative energy into the lives of people. Like when I walk in, I'm just down right now. But if you ever get to see me how I act when I'm at a show or I'm at an industry event, when I walk in, I don't need to say much. I'm presenting myself. I got my outfit, hair is done, and then when I hit the stage, you'll be like, oh, this is just somebody. You're just going to know. And I don't have to do any extra to have anybody get the point that I am dope and I really do this. So, and that would really, you'd be surprised how many people that irritates to be around someone who just naturally has an aura.
Yeah, who naturally has IT.
Yeah. Oh, it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what's that acronym? I was like, is he talking about technology?
No.
Okay.
A lot of people's not born with IT, and that's just that.
I like how you present that.
A lot of people don't have IT, and all they got to do is just, simply just ask, like, Tamir, how do you do it?
Yeah. But no, even that is too much on their pride, because then that would be admitting that I'm not as strong in an area as I would like to be.
But we all can help each other out.
We
like,
really all can.
You're strong at something that I'm not strong at. I'm strong at something that you're not strong at. Yeah. Why not come together and just make figure out how to build each other up. But everybody, especially here in Atlanta, everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to be that IT person. Everybody wants to be it.
When did you notice it was starting to get like that?
I want to say like last year when. Or 2 years ago when I was filming for this show. That'll never come out. You guys will never see it.
Is it the same show or a different show? What are you talking about?
Not the show that we were on, but it's a different show. Okay. I was filming, and of course, cast members and the producers were trying to be cast members as well. I don't know why, but
On another note, right? And then finish your story though. Some designers, instead of wanting to make sure the show is well presented, they will want to seem like they are the star of everything. Even though the show is about you, but you still have to present your show a certain way. Yeah. So you have to be behind the scenes and make sure things are running smoothly. You can't just be in the audience because you are the production. But go ahead.
But yeah, so that was that. They were, also cast members, and they got jealous, basically. They got jealous, basically, because I had more shit to do. I had more shit to film. I was basically the star of the show. Living the right that I said that I was going to do. Like you had fashion shows that you could pull up to and film. You had photo shoots of me that you could pull up to and film. You had opportunities of me styling other people that you could have pulled up to and film. Like, it was plenty of stuff that they had to film with me. But when
took over the old episode.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Like, I was basically taking over. All the episodes that were basically energy. Yeah, so it was like unintentionally giving off main character energy. So it got to a point where they wouldn't invite me to certain parties and stuff that they had, or they wouldn't invite me to certain places. So it got so bad to where they were trying to make me look bad by saying I was sleeping on the blow-up mattress, and was saying they helped me get my car by making fake check stubs, and was saying that I was broke and everything. Which, at the time I was sleeping on a blow-up mattress. But Who doesn't sleep on a blow-up mattress?
What kind of low blow is that?
Right. So, what I do? Share this?
If you want to, yeah.
I'll share it.
That's weird. Why did you just cut like that?
I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah, they were
so low.
yeah, they went very low. And this is all at a club. So I showed up to the club, paid to get in. They invited me too. They invited everybody to the club. So I get in one of the producers section.
Did the rest of them have to pay?
One of the producers. I don't know. I don't think so.
Cause stuff like that, I'd be like, oh.
I don't think so. I think I was the only one that paid. So I get into one of the producers section who invited everybody. He sends me a text message talking about, you owe me $70 for being in my section.
Oh, wow.
So I politely drank the rest of whatever I was drinking and got up out his section and went out. So while I'm walking out the building, they're chasing me.
For $70.
For $70. I don't even know if they were chasing me.
People?
I don't know if they were chasing me for $70, but I know, and it's that Believe Music Hall. They're chasing me outside of the club.
I like that.
They're chasing me outside of the club, like trying to grab it on me.
How many people was in the section?
I don't know, but there was like, I want to say 8 cast members. And it was somebody's birthday.
Wow.
And once we get outside, the one whose birthday it was, he started cussing and going off and calling me all type of names. And mind you, these people, they would never, ever, ever in their life say this to my face right here. So, like, I'm not going in the screaming match at you across the parking lot. Like, bitch, I'm not built like that. Like, girl, if you really want to talk to me, you'll come where I'm at, or you'll wait till you see me in another setting to say what you got to say, not screaming across the parking lot. I don't get down like that.
Why would they want to mess up their own birthday night?
Obviously, again, I was the star of the show. I was the star of the show.
They're not even the main character.
Exactly. They prove they're not even the main character. If you leave your own party to come outside and chase me,
go deal with some BS,
exactly. Like, so it's like, sweetheart, let me be and leave and go home and go back to your people and go back inside.
You irritate they so.
I did. I irritated the fuck out of them. So they ended up hating me, and after I left, that's when I found out that they were saying, oh, I sleep on a blow-up mattress. I do this and that and that and this. And which was all fine and dandy. I was doing that at that moment. So it's like, I went and confronted them that next day. Asking them, like, so what's the issue? Why would you do that when we were just hanging out with each other? Like, we was just with each other, hanging out. Why would you go and tell people, my personal business, which I'm fine and dandy because everybody go through some shit. Everybody done been on a blow-up mattress. Everybody done, been in their own. And mind you, I had my own apartment, my own car. I paid my own bills, so I didn't care. I didn't mind. I'm not on the blow-up mattress now.
That shit comes with time.
Yeah, that comes with time. So
you remind me of this meme on Instagram. Sometimes this is what peace looks like.
Yeah, this is what peace. Like, empty apartment.
This is where it starts.
So I felt like,
from here.
and it was like, sweetie, y'all gotta share apartments with y'all significant other. Like, y'all gotta, do this and that. I don't have to do that. Like, I don't gotta answer to nobody. I don't gotta look over my shoulder for nobody. Like, I don't operate like that. So I always feel better. Like, I know that God blesses the child that got his own. So I always strive to go get my own shit and do whatever on my own. So after that happened, I leave the club. The next day I confront them, and when I said, okay, I'm done talking to y'all because y'all not trying to see eye to eye, y'all not trying to come to the common grounds. So I said, I'm finna go. Why one of them calls the security guard to, like, put his hands on me. Even though you was already leaving? Even though I was already leaving.
What?
Put his hands on me, and I ended up fighting the security guard. He was a white man, too, at that. And he had a mask on and everything. And so I ended up fighting him. He ended up punching me in the eye. So I had like a little black eye and everything. So I was like, these like people really are trying to hurt me and take me out. So I can't be around them no more. Yeah. And mind you, they're still mad to this day. To this day. What's today's date? Wednesday, July 20th,
2022.
2022. They still mad, and that happened 2 years ago.
I don't know. Sometimes we expose certain people, like I said, when we have a natural, confident aura about us, it really just rubs people the wrong way, because maybe everything they do publicly is literally a gimmick or it's a show to try to make people around them believe something.
Yeah, believe
really,
something.
That's not who they
and it's
are.
like, I know who they are. I know who the real ones are. It's
so then
like,
you come and you just being yourself. You don't have to try. It's natural. That's jealousy.
Exactly.
That's a special kind of hell, to never be able to reveal your true self and always have to hold up a lie. You know what I mean? Or a false image. It's a special kind of hell.
And then, like, I feel like one of the main reasons was because, you know, one of the producers who's dating my friend at the time, and we've only became friends because the boy wanted to date me. And I was like, no, we can't do that. We sisters. You feminine. You wear heels and makeup and stuff. I'm not interested in that. So we good with being best friends. And so I let it be known, like, bitch, if it wasn't for me turning him down, it wouldn't be no you. It wouldn't be no you at all, because I don't share.
Definitely don't like that.
They definitely don't like stuff like that.
It was
so
delivery.
maybe, but it was like, you know, like, don't play with me. Like, you know, I've been nothing but supportive. Again, after we had that conversation, said we just gonna be friends, this and that. I supported any and everybody he was with. Whoever he was with, like, I was all for it, because he wasn't down my neck. He wasn't trying to talk to me and, you know, make it uncomfortable for me. Like, you know.
He's mature about it.
Very mature about it, because I was starting to get uncomfortable. Like, you know, we worked together the whole nine. Like, you know, it was getting to be a bit much for me. So I just felt like by me letting that known, that also played in the factor of them, like, really not caring about me and my well-being and stuff like that. So again, like, you know, I played a part in, you know, them not giving a fuck. But once you go low, I go straight to hell. I
like
let you know. Yeah, I let you know, like, bitch.
Maybe you should get, I don't know, some tote bags or some t-shirts with your saying. Not everybody has IT.
Yeah, not everybody has IT.
Low, I'm going straight to hell.
Yeah, like, save that joke for April, because you fooling me.
You must have a notebook. That is so... Like some tote bags, or even on some shades.
Right, on some shades. Something.
Shades.
So I ended up just, you know, that's another situation that I've been in. So now it's like, when it comes to filming for these reality shows that they be wanting to put on YouTube and stuff, I'm kind of hesitant. Yeah, I'm kind of... Yeah, it has potential. So it's like...
Be a Issa Rae.
Yeah.
But
I'm not trying to... It has potential.
Put myself in harm's way.
Yeah, I'm not putting myself in harm's way. Not for free, anyways. Not for free.
Not even being
And it's like, people in that world don't know how to pull themselves out of the negative energy, because everybody wants to one-up somebody.
And everybody wants screen time.
Yeah, don't nobody want to seem like they a punk on TV, or somebody just went off on them. Everybody got to feel like they got to have the first and last word and this and that. Like, it's a lot that plays in the factor with filming on, you know, these reality, like, little TV shows and stuff like that. So it's like, do I want to be a part of it? I don't know.
And to bring all that full circle,
I don't know.
I decided no.
I decided no. I'm still deciding.
And like
I don't know.
I said, like, the person who is producing the show, she was in a situation where someone put her in harm's way. Why would you want to bring that to people that you say you care about? And I see where it could go, because I've been in reality shows. They don't necessarily give you a script, but they tell you a storyline they tell you little details about people or how they want you to react, or they'll try to sway what you're saying or where you're going, even, so that you have to meet up with people that you have a problem with, just so they can maybe get some dramatic moments on camera. So I don't believe that I need to become famous off of trotting on other people.
Definitely.
And so I don't want to be a part of bringing anybody harm or talking down on anybody or being a negative energy, because that's not who I am. That's not what I want to represent from my personal brand. So
yeah, so that's why, like, you know, when it comes to that situation, I don't want to continue to say that I'm in competition with people who are clearly less than me.
because they feel like you legit have opportunities. Some people, they feel like they have to do this because they feel like this is the only opportunity.
Yeah.
Right now, anyway. But yeah, like we were saying earlier, you just got to keep going. When we were giving the advice to Lord knows Ace, he was asking, how do you get started being a model? Everything is all the same. You got to just start and you got to be consistent with it, and the opportunities come. But yeah, those are some of the petty moments that we have experienced in our lives and our careers thus far. So y'all let us know what you thought about this conversation. If you're watching on YouTube or on my Patreon, make sure you share your experiences when either you've been petty to someone or someone was being petty towards you. Make sure you share that in the comment section down below. Period. Did you have any last announcements or anything?
No, don't forget about
July 27th.
Yeah, July 27th.
Open casting call.
Open casting call. You can go on my page. Mm-hmm. You'll see all the flyers and everything there. Official Tamir. I guess just put it in the description.
Mm-hmm. And then on the video, I'll have your at.
Okay.
My at will be at this corner. So yeah. Remember, y'all, my latest release, Motorboat, is out on all available streaming platforms. LexC merchandise is available on LexCATL.com. I don't have anything currently planned for August as far as events or shows or anything that I'll be attending around the city or wherever else, but make sure you stay tuned to my website, www.LexCATL.com, so you can get updates on events that I'll be attending or participating in. Again, if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please make sure to give me a 5-star rating and leave a review so that they will put this in front of more audiences, in front of more ears. Thank you very much. If you are on YouTube, make sure you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content. And lastly, if you would like to go the extra mile in supporting me, please make sure you go to patreon.com/LexCATL. And for as little as $5 a month, you can become a patron of mine. You get exclusive behind the scenes content, you get uncut episodes, you get bonus episodes, and you get discount codes for when I go to these events and I'm able to get y'all a little discount. So that sounds like something you want to be a part of, or like I say, you just want to support me, www.patreon.com/LEXCATL. I want to thank my guest, Official Tamir the model. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me today on LexChat. And
it was fun. I like this. We gotta do this again.
You're a great co-host.
We gotta do this again.
You actually talk and you're not afraid to say things. So yeah, definitely got to bring him back, and we'll get more into the model, the imagery, the confidence building, excuse me, all of that good stuff. But thank y'all so much for joining us this week on LexChat. Till next time, my name is LexC.
My name is Tamir.
Peace.
Motorboat.